Dear human being, dear consciousness, hearing and feeling this message at this moment, dear living, breathing collection of thoughts, feelings and impulses, dreams and sentiments. Thank you for being with us and for sharing your journey with us as we share some of our experience and energy with you. We are the Arcturian Council. At this moment, we are speaking as a part of that general, collective, unified consciousness that is our evolved state, the state that we prefer to reside in, the state you know as the ninth dimension. But this day, before we send you forward on this journey, we explain to you that we too were also once beings in time, and therefore we understand much of what you are going through from a different perspective. You could say that we are seeing time from the outside, as you are seeing it from the inside, and therefore, to us, the precepts of immortality are easy to understand. And to operate. For you, this instead is a state of intangible mystery. This is something you aspire to, and yet you do not fully understand. What is this concept of immortality? So before we proceed with this loving journey, we will thank you for being where you are right now and sharing your idea, your structures and concepts of time and space, of being and infinity, of sharing them with us in this temple we create together, this sacred service to the shared all that is. May you be blessed and feel loved this day. Now speaking to you is a member of this council. Indeed, every individual that has ever lived in our species is a member of the Arcturian Council, just as every human being that has ever existed on planet Earth, and every human being that will roam on the surfaces of different strange worlds in the future, that they are also a part of the human consciousness. But speaking to you now then is an ancient voice of the beings you know as the Arcturians. My name is Saul. I was the first one to discover awareness in our species, as you were altered by beings that again were also touched by this divine hand of consciousness. So I was once touched by this divine hand of consciousness, this spiritual architecture that is passed on through the lineage of this galaxy. And therefore I come forward this day to instruct you in how you can let your frame be one of indestructible diamond. Notice that you are made of coal, that this is a basic component that underscores the organic chemistry at play within your system. What this serves is as a type of conductive chamber. You have already understood this, that this specific atom, it has the capability to shape itself in interconnections with many other substances. So with the arrangements of energy into matter that you have sketched out in your periodic table, you find that carbon in particular, and in particular in concert with hydrogen and oxygen, that this magic coal, this is the sacred substance underlying your physical reality. So understand that you observe in your planet how coal becomes the most indestructible, imperishable. It does so by shaping itself under tight pressures. It does so by arranging itself in very tight and condensed gridworks that do not allow for any further pressure to reshape it. So we are pointing to this day because I also found that it was through discipline that we shaped ourselves into these higher beings. By discipline, we do not necessarily mean renunciation. We do not necessarily mean self-denial or any type of misconception that there may be around this word or concept. What we mean is that if you construe discipline as the projection of intention from the future into this moment, that is, it becomes a type of servitude to a higher principle, an art, an expression of the sacred, of the higher thing that you are intuiting. Well, by this, you are pressurizing the moment, your singular frame, your singular being, into something of a more diamond-like quality. You're becoming a conduit for energy that is less reactive, and thereby it does not reshape and react to the same extent in your body. So longevity becomes a result of this. And this is a step into immortality, an approximation of it. First, you need to go through the process of simply vitalizing your beings, because it requires a longer tenure in a physical body than human beings are living through at the moment, to have a grasp of, let's call it, the jump into hyperspace. That is the unification of your personal awareness with the eternal or the divine layers of consciousness. Sure, you can cheat your way in there right now. Well, there is really no cheating, but that is, you can experientially move into this moment, but it becomes through also a type of separation of these more reactive physical layers of your physical body. And so this is the layer of you that you intuitively recognize as mortal, and thereby also frail, subject to change and to unpredictable mishaps. But notice, by doing this work, engaging in any type of discipline, in this servitude to these highermost principles that exist within the remembrance of your spirit, that you become more radiant and more longevital as this process is extended for conscious beings. It was extended for us, and it is extended for you, so you will be able to sustain more radiation, more light from your sun before it breaks you down. And this will mean, again, living longer. So an approximate length of a minimum of 240 years, that is revolutions of your planet around your home star. This is necessary for a human being to make these preparations, this jump into time. This is the first of these instructions then, and you are receiving it from me. I, Saul, I come to you and speak to you as the first temple builder of our kind. And I come with this message that is arcane in our civilization too. That is, these are the earliest messages, and much as you will find in the earliest accounts and catalogs of your forefathers, you will find these mysterious claims that these people lived to be centuries, several centuries old often. Well, this is also what was first cultivated in the first of the illuminated ones of our species, that we began to experience longevity. This was the mode in which we walked the earth, and this was the more harmonic way in which we explored as a species our frequency with our home environment, with our material planet, as it were. This is something that you have yet to do, and so you may find that from timelines in close proximity to you, these elven beings or these harmonic beings, well, our friend here is referencing an individual or a being known as Willa Hillcrest, for instance, who speaks through another one of these stations of communication you call channels. Well, she is an example of this type of existence, and it is this type of existence that needs to be explored for some of the more extensive chapters of immortality to be opened for your species. This is the communication that we would like to extend to you this day. This is the first important lesson. Ascension is not you escaping this planet. Ascension is you merging with the harmonies that surround you. And so, may the harmonics of you, the melody always playing within, vibrating you into a homely pattern of refinement, your personal pattern of refinement, playing you off to these dreamlike reveries of your infinite creation, and supporting you in these real steps in the world where you move, explore, and awaken. So much is yet to be seen, felt, understood, and loved. And with love, I, Saul, and the rest of we, the Arcturian Council, we part from you this day. Our blessings, dear humans, farewell.